In the vast and often chaotic world of the financial markets, the single most disorienting feeling for any trader is uncertainty. Am I buying at the top? Am I selling at the bottom? Is this a minor correction or the beginning of a new bear market? To operate without a clear sense of location, without a map of the market's terrain, is to be adrift in a sea of random fluctuations, a certain path to financial ruin. William Delbert Gann understood that to transform speculation into a profitable profession, a trader needs more than just rules. He needs a complete, strategic map of the market's entire life cycle. His concept of the 7 zones of activity is precisely that map. This is not a mere theoretical idea. It is a practical, step-by-step guide that provides a framework for knowing exactly where you are in the grand progression of a market trend, from the depths of panic to the heights of euphoria, and what strategic action is required at every stage. Before we continue, please subscribe and leave a quick comment, even one word. This small action helps the algorithm show this video to more people and tells me these deep dives are worth making. The journey through the 7 zones begins not at the top, but at the absolute bottom, in the darkest and most treacherous phase of the market cycle. This is the first strategic step, recognizing the final exhaustive stage of a bear market. William Delbert Gann called this the 3rd and final zone below normal. His description of this period is a masterclass in market psychology. He wrote that it marks a period of panicky conditions, extreme pessimism, investors lose confidence and start selling out. This is a time of maximum fear. After a long and punishing decline, the last vestiges of hope have been extinguished. The news is universally bad. Dividends are being cut or passed, and forced liquidation from margin calls creates a cascade of selling pressure. The public, who may have held on for months hoping for a recovery, finally capitulates, selling their holdings for any price they can get just to end the pain. The supply of stock seems limitless. Everybody is a seller, and no one wants to buy. To the amateur, this environment is terrifying, a clear signal to sell everything or to stay as far away from the market as possible. But for the professional following the Gann methodology, the strategic imperative is the exact opposite. This zone is not a time for selling. It is the time to cover all short positions and to begin, with extreme vigilance, to look for the first signs of accumulation. The very conditions that create public panic are the conditions that the insiders or composite man require to absorb a vast line of stock at the lowest possible prices. The professional's job is to recognize the signs that this great transfer of ownership is taking place. The first and most powerful of these signs is a volume climax. As William Delbert Gann explained, the final stage of a panic is often marked by a day or a week of enormous trading volume on a sharp, final plunge in price. This massive volume, which appears to be a confirmation of the selling pressure, is in fact the sound of that pressure being met and absorbed by an even greater and previously hidden buying power. It is the signal that the selling has reached its point of exhaustion. The second sign is the formation of a clear price bottom on the charts. After the initial panic low, the market may rally briefly and then decline again to test that low. If it holds, forming a double bottom, or does so a third time, forming a triple bottom, it is a powerful indication that a floor has been established. William Delbert Gann stated that buying at a double or triple bottom is often the safest place to buy because it is the market's own testimony that the sellers have failed, on multiple attempts, to push the price lower. By integrating the psychology of the zone, extreme pessimism, with the technical signals of a volume climax and a confirmed chart bottom, the trader can identify the end of a bear market with a high degree of scientific certainty. Once the final convulsive low of the 3rd zone is complete, the market does not immediately leap into a new bull phase. It must first pass through a period of transition and further preparation. This is the second step in our strategic guide, the phase of early accumulation, which takes place in what William Delbert Gann identified as the 2nd and 1st zones below normal. His description of the 2nd zone is one where liquidation increases, breaks become bigger and rallies smaller. This is the heart of the bear market, the long grinding decline that precedes the final panic. The strategy here is still one of caution. While the professional has covered his shorts, he is not yet buying aggressively. It is as the market transitions into the first zone below normal that the character begins to subtly shift. William Delbert Gann described this as a period marked by a quiet decline from high prices and what might be termed the first bad shakeout of the weak holders. After the initial rally from the panic bottom, the market will experience its first significant test. Prices will drift back down and fear will re-emerge. This is a critical juncture. The strategy here is one of patient observation and the beginning of cautious exploratory buying. The primary objective is to determine if the panic low was in fact the final low. The key to this is the identification of the first higher bottom. To accomplish this, the professional trader turns to his mechanical trend-following charts, primarily the 3-day swing chart. The panic low is the first major bottom. The rally that follows is the first swing up. The subsequent decline is the first test. If this decline halts at a price level that is definitively higher than the initial panic low, and the 3-day swing chart then gives a mechanical signal of a reversal back to the upside, the trader has received his first piece of concrete evidence that the character of the market is changing. He has confirmation that the sellers are no longer powerful enough to drive the price to a new low, and that buyers are now stepping in at a higher level. This is the first tentative sign of a new uptrend. The strategy is to begin making small initial purchases upon this confirmation, always protected by a stop-loss order placed just below the newly formed higher bottom. This is not a time for aggressive pyramiding, but for carefully initiating a core position. Having now confirmed that the absolute worst of the decline is likely over, and the long process of healing and accumulation has begun. After the market has weathered the final storm of the third zone and passed through the transitional phases of early accumulation, it arrives at a critical juncture. This is the fourth of the 7 zones, which William Delbert Gann called the normal zone. This zone represents a state of perfect equilibrium, a moment of calm after the long bear market and before the new bull market truly begins. His description is precise. It is a place where buying and selling is about equal and fluctuations are very narrow. On a chart, this often appears as a tight sideways trading range, a period of consolidation where the stock seems to be gathering its final energy. The public, having been traumatized by the preceding decline, is still fearful and shows little interest. The volume of sales is typically light. This dullness and lack of movement, which the amateur mistakes for weakness, is in fact the final quiet confirmation that the long and arduous process of accumulation has been completed. The stock has been fully transferred from weak, emotional hands into the strong, patient hands of the informed operators. The strategy in this normal zone is one of final preparation and decisive action. For the professional trader who has been patiently observing the bottoming process, this zone is the last chance to get aboard before the train leaves the station. If you have not yet established a position, the breakout from this normal zone is your definitive buy signal. When the stock, after weeks or months of trading in this narrow range, finally generates enough buying power to push decisively above the top of the range, it is the market's own declaration that the period of preparation is over and the public markup phase is beginning. This is a high probability entry point. For the trader who has already established a core position based on the signals in the lower zones, the breakout from the normal zone is the signal to add to that position, or pyramid. This is the moment to increase your exposure, confident that you are now trading in harmony with a new, confirmed uptrend. Acting before this breakout is premature. Hesitating after it has occurred is to risk missing the most powerful and sustained part of the advance. Once the stock has decisively left the normal zone, it enters the heart of the new bull market. This begins with the 5th zone, which William Delbert Gann described as the first zone above normal. This is the phase of the quiet advance, He wrote that this zone is a period of quiet advancing prices which attracts very little attention. The advance is not yet spectacular or dramatic. It is a steady, grinding move upward, punctuated by small and orderly reactions. The public, still skeptical after the last bear market, remains on the sidelines, waiting for a deep correction that never comes. The news has not yet turned overwhelmingly positive. The advance is driven not by public euphoria, but by the persistent professional demand that is now in full control of the market. The strategy in this zone is perhaps the most psychologically challenging for any trader. It is the discipline to hold your long positions and let your profits run. The temptation to snatch a small, quick profit after a long period of waiting is immense, but the professional knows that the greatest profits are not made by scalping, but by correctly identifying a major trend and riding it for as long as it lasts. The primary tool for managing a position in this zone is the trailing stop-loss order. After establishing a position, and once it shows a reasonable profit, the stop-loss order should be moved up to the break-even point. As per Gann's rule number 4, never let a profit run into a loss. As the stock continues to advance, the stop-loss is methodically trailed up behind the price, always placed below the last significant minor low on the 3-day or 9-point swing chart. This mechanical process achieves two vital objectives. First, it protects your capital and locks in a growing portion of your paper profits. Second, it gives the stock room to have its normal healthy reactions without shaking you out of the primary trend prematurely. The goal is not to exit the trade, but to stay with it until the market itself gives a definite rule-based signal that the character of the trend has changed. The first zone above normal is a test of patience and nerve. It is the time to trust your initial analysis, manage your position with mechanical discipline, and allow the power of the new bull market to work for you. To apply these strategic rules with a master's precision, you must learn to grasp the dynamics behind every price movement. William Delbert Gann's Truth of the Stock Tape is the foundational guide for this skill. It's not a book of theory. It's a practical course that teaches you to understand the real-time contest between buyers and sellers, recognize the critical phases of accumulation and distribution, and assess a trend's true strength. This edition is a faithful reproduction of the 1923 original. It was decided to include the historical charts from that 100-year-old publication. While many are nearly unreadable, their inclusion was deemed important for historical context. The true timeless value, however, lies in Gann's text. For any serious student ready to understand the market's real intent, this book is an essential resource. The link in this video's description. The strategy for the professional trader in this zone shifts from one of patient holding to one of vigilant observation and heightened caution. While the primary trend is still up and the position should be held, the trader must recognize that the market is entering the later stages of its life cycle. The easy, quiet money has been made. The market is now becoming a more public affair, and with public participation comes increased emotion and volatility. The professional's job is to hold his position, protected by a trailing stop-loss order, but to begin meticulously searching for the first subtle signs that distribution is beginning. He watches the volume with intense focus. Are there days of very high volume with little or no upward progress? Does the stock struggle to make new highs, showing signs of churning? He is no longer looking for reasons to buy more. He is now looking for the first valid, rule-based reason to begin taking profits. This is a period of enjoying the ride, but keeping one hand on the exit, knowing that the final and most dangerous zone is approaching. The final explosive crescendo of a great bull market occurs in the seventh and final zone, which William Delbert Gann called the third zone or highest above normal. This is the most deceptive and dangerous phase of the entire market cycle. His description of this period is a timeless portrait of market euphoria and financial mania. He wrote that this zone is defined by great activity and extremely wide fluctuations. This is the time when the public buy madly, reports of big earnings come in, dividends are increased and stock dividends declared. Everything is optimistic. Prominent men talk of the greatest prosperity ever known. All sense of proportion is lost. The fear that was pervasive at the bottom has been completely replaced by an unbridled and universal greed. Stories of fortunes being made by ordinary people are rampant, fueling a final, desperate rush to buy at any price, for fear of missing out. For the professional following the Gann methodology, the strategic imperative in this zone is absolute and non-negotiable. This is the zone of distribution. This is not a time to buy. It is not a time to hold and hope for even higher prices. This is the time to sell all long positions and prepare to initiate short sales. Every sign that the amateur interprets as ultimate strength, the professional recognizes as the final confirmation of weakness. The great activity and massive volume are not the signs of a powerful new wave of buying. They are the sounds of the insiders, methodically unloading their vast holdings to the euphoric public. The extremely wide fluctuations, the sharp, violent swings up and down, are the evidence of the great battle between the last of the public's buying power and the overwhelming force of the professional's selling supply. The trader must now watch for the final, definite signals that the top is complete. He integrates his knowledge of chart patterns and volume. Does the stock make a new high on a climactic burst of volume, only to close far from its peak, a classic sign of a buying climax? Does it churn in a range with the volume of sales far exceeding what was seen during the entire advance, yet making no further upward progress? Does it make a false breakout to a new high, only to be immediately and violently rejected? These are the final confirmations. When these signals appear, the time for caution is over. The time for decisive action has arrived. The professional sells not into weakness, but into the very strength and excitement that the public is so eagerly buying. The market, being a cyclical entity, does not end at the top. The completion of the third zone above normal marks the beginning of the new bear market. This is the final seventh step in the strategic journey. As the selling pressure of the insiders finally overwhelms the exhausted buying power of the public, the market begins its journey back down through the zones. It re-enters the first and second zones below normal. William Delbert Gann described this phase as a quiet decline from high prices, followed by a period where liquidation increases, breaks become bigger, and rallies smaller. The strategy here is the mirror image of the early bull market. Having sold his long positions and initiated short sales at the top, the professional's job is now to hold his short positions and let his profits run. The primary trend is now down. Every feeble rally is not a sign of hope, but an opportunity to add to short positions. He uses his trailing stop-loss orders, placed above the last significant minor high on his swing charts, to protect his profits and to stay with the new primary trend until the market once again completes its journey and arrives at the final panicked depths of the third zone below normal, where the entire cycle will begin anew. In conclusion, the 7 zones of activity are far more than a theoretical description of market behavior. They are a complete, practical, and step-by-step trading strategy. They provide a comprehensive map of the market's life cycle, allowing a trader to identify his precise location in the grand sweep of a trend at all times. By understanding which zone the market currently occupies, the trader is equipped with the correct psychological mindset and the highest probability strategic plan. He knows when to be a patient accumulator, when to be a disciplined trend follower, when to be a cautious observer, and when to be a decisive distributor. This framework removes the guesswork and emotion that plague the amateur. It replaces the chaos of the tape with a logical, predictable progression. It is not just a concept. It is a complete, actionable trading plan, the definitive guide from William Delbert Gann for navigating every phase of the market with the confidence and precision of a master.